Adam, first ban on the Jarvan, clearly seeing issue with this pick. We'll see if the Thresh does come out. Personally, I don't think you need to ban Jarvan if you have Thresh. So, you know, I'm not sure. I'm a big fan. I think Rare Adam should have banned LeBlanc, Lee Sin, and then potentially ban Jarvan third, because if V5 ban Thresh, but it looks like they're going to ban the Thresh themselves. So Rare Adam really not want to deal with the Thresh shutting things down, really want to deal with the Jarvan. But bear in mind, this leaves the LeBlanc open. This is the first game this season where V5 have had LeBlanc open for them.
Yeah, they're going to ban away the Renekton Strive. Could technically pick it up here. It would be an incredibly early pickup of your mid laner. And yeah, as I expected, Rare Adam going to choose their AD carry of preferred choice. They're going to go with the Jinx for the third and final time this series. iBoy, great game one. iBoy, game two was non-existent. So seeing which version of him we get now.
Yeah, and he won't have the Lantern as a safety net, which we saw him have in that game one. Now, Xin Zhao makes a lot of sense. Strong skirmishing jungler, buys a lot of time. And honestly, Jinx struggles in his Xin Zhao because, you know, you can't use your range against him. He'll just pop his ult and soak the damage for a significant amount of time. So I'd be happy to see this locked in. You know you have the LeBlanc as a potential option, but instead we're actually going to go with the Rakan for PP got on the start. And I think maybe the thought process here is, right, Thresh is off the cards. Thresh can obviously cause them issue. They also want that engage potential. And it looks like the bot lane's just coming in for V5. So they'll have that Rakan, Aphelios for Rare Adam. I think a support coming in here would be pretty big. Leona hasn't really been used that much this series, which is surprising considering her usual affinity. But you could actually take an Enchanter here. We haven't seen this much. I'm going to say a lot of teams aren't leaning into the Enchanters, but we did see a Lulu into Rakan matchup a couple of days ago. I think it was Hung who played it for FPX, and they bodied them in the lane, right? Rakan struggles so much in that matchup, but they will just go with the tried and tested Leona, that engage potential. Now Rare Adam, I think Xin Zhao makes a lot of sense here. So you get your pick of choice in the jungle matchup, but they might end up just taking the LeBlanc themselves. This would be bold, right? This would be a statement pick into rookie.
Yeah, this would be a pretty big pickup here for Rare Adam. And of course, I feel like they kind of feel... I will say they probably feel a little bit pressure to take this right now, because if you leave this open going into this last pick for V5, they not only get to pick up the LeBlanc, but they also get to ban away things that could do well against it. In the end, though, we're out saying we're going to go ahead and take away the Jace. They feel like they're not going to prioritize it in V5, and they're correct, because Rek'Sai has been banned away now by V5. I imagine the Viego going to be banned as well, and we'll see Rare Adam almost certainly ban away the LeBlanc.
It just makes sense in this situation. It could be, though, that they had something prepared for. That's why they were hovering it, debated, but no, they ban it away. It makes sense. I think Syndra also makes sense as a ban for Rare Adam. If it's a Xin Zhao Syndra 2v2 mid jungle, that is very scary to go up against. But yeah, I think V5, you could ban Viego. You could even take away the Talon. The Talon can be a little slippery and hard for the Xin Zhao to get on top of, so could make sense. But they're actually going to go for the Corki in this situation. So not wanting Strive to have a safe and mobile mid laner who can obviously dash out of difficult situations. It is just going to be that Syndra ban, though. And now V5, I think you just take top in this situation, but actually they're just going to lock in the victor. They want to secure that pick, feeling like it's the best mid laner open available, and with how Rookie played, why not? Now for Rare Adam, it's the jungle.
It's the jungle pick. It's the final pick into their composition. The Jace, can technically go into that mid lane. I really do like the Nidalee here for Leanne. Is a very old school pick of his. I do have a little bit of the hiccups as we see that one locked and loading for Leanne. This is just opens up a little bit more of those AD mid laners that can be so prevalent for them, and looks like they're going to look towards it.
Yeah, could potentially have that option. I think you want to have an AD mid laner when you're playing the Nidalee. But you could have something with good setup. I actually feel like Twisted Fate, you know, you have the lockdown, you have the early pressure. Regardless of what they take, you need early pressure for this composition to work. Nidalee is going to fall off. They end up going with the Zoe. And realistically, I take a look at this and I think this is long-range poke, right? That Rare Adam has so far. For V5, I want to see something top lane that has engage. I want to see something that's going to allow you to gap close. Because if you let Jace, Nidalee, Zoe sit back and relax, you will just flat out lose.
Yep, and the Gragas is something that has got that engaged. So yes, you will have the flash body slam, you will have the explosive cast. Not only is it good for engaging, it's good for disengaging. So if you do get caught out by a sleepy triple bubble, you can help the team get away from it. And this is a massive poke composition coming out from Rare Adam. Like you mentioned, if they're allowed to sit back, relax, and just chuck out spears, paddle stars, accelerated shock blast, this is going to be hell for V5.
Super Mega Death Rocket, that's it. Not the Mega Infinite Bomb. Super Mega Death Rocket, yeah, and allows the resets to come in. So I think Rare Adam's comp is a bit more delicate, right? poke comps are a bit tenuous at times. If you get engaged on, they can be messy. If you fall behind, the enemy team can keep forcing, and the enemy team does now have engage. But you know, you have a Zoe who in the mid lane should be finding priority early. You have a Nidalee who's going to be able to apply that pressure and be proactive and hopefully set up some early plays. So I think there's potential in this situation for RA to find some momentum, but they need to, right? This is kind of the emphasis on them, and it's kind of a flip of that first game where it was V5 and needed to get ahead, because I think V5 are very comfortable taking this into team fights, provided they can find the engage windows to get on top of this backline that RA-Game has.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing you're looking at. If you can get on top of the faces of RA-Game, V5 will be in plenty of spaces and have plenty of opportunities. However, if our RA-Game keep him at arm's length, keep that poke coming out strong, V5 are going to be in hell. It is always the worst when poke compositions get ahead, because it feels like you're even twice, if not 3 times further behind than you actually are, just how powerful it can be. We are jumping on the rip for the final time in this series. One of these teams will be taking a 2 scoreline into the last half of the week. The other one will be taking another loss, and that's going to be, as I say, it could be the first loss here for V5 if they do end up losing. And again, big opportunity for both these teams. Both these sides still looking to find the momentum, their form, and try and get themselves at the early stage up those standings.
And I think a big thing for me when you're playing as Nidalee is tracking this jungler, or in the reverse as a Nidalee tracking the enemy jungler, knowing where you can be proactive. Kind of similar to Talon in the sense that you can easily dip over walls, go in and out quite aggressively, but also get out again. So I want to see Leanne playing aggressive, stealing away camps, causing issues for Karsa, and then moving around and applying pressure, right? Bot lane has some good setup. Mid lane has some decent setup, because obviously if you land the CP trouble bubble, that can be enough. But mostly I think this is a game where Leanne wants to apply that pressure through the jungle and have his lanes play for him and find momentum in that sense. I am interested to see how bot lane goes, because we saw last game it was a very hectic back and forth. Interestingly enough, Zora has gone for the aftershock, so I'm not actually that much of a fan of this, and the reason being is what typically happens is if you go in, both it cleanses, right? But if you have aftershock, you can't cleanse not aftershock. If you have glacial augment, you can't cleanse glacial augment, right? Because the ice is on the floor. So I actually think it's a really strong keystone that adds a lot to Leona's engage against things that have cleanse. So not the biggest fan of this take, but we'll see how it pans out.
Ox, you're the bigger brain of us two. You're my better half, shall we say?
Yeah.
Explain to me why Rookie has no items. No, sorry, I lie. He has a biscuit. So now I know it's not a visual book. Okay, well, Rookie's gonna have a pretty unfortunate time in that mid lane, as he doesn't have any items. A little bit of a mistake from him.
I wonder if he... I mean,
imagine he wins it. Imagine he comes out with a solo kill. Well, that's just like, you can't come back for that. Strife has to retire.
I think the thing is with items early in the lane, like the biggest thing it affects is your sustain, right? And he just have TP, so it's not nice, but if he runs out of sustain, he'll just TP back in. Like if you look at the items Strife has, I mean, I know he has like a full shop set up there because he's got inspiration, he's got everything, but in reality he's only got the corrupting potion, right? Which isn't actually giving him that much in terms of combat power, right? It just that tiny dot. It's mostly the sustain. So I think Rookie's just going to run out of mana a lot quicker, and they're going to have to TP back in.
Yeah, well, Karsa has been spotted out by a nice little ward there by Cube, who goes into hammer form and says, I will knock you back. While that's all been happening, Leanne has been pushing in onto this bottom side. We have a split jungle, horizontal jungling, if you will. So Leanne, honestly, it's not even going to be horizontal jungling. It's going to be straight up 3 camps stolen. And this Xin Zhao is going to be so far behind. This is actually really bad for the side of Karsa.
Yeah, it's disastrous. And it can be so impactful, like if you fall behind, because the scuttles aren't worth as much. Even if you try and claim a scuttle, you're going to end up in a rough spot because you won't hit your level 4. But he's not even going to get that, I think. We saw pings come out. I think Leanne's going to go towards his top side, clear his camps there, and grab that scuttle as well. We do see pings coming out, so Karsa kind of knows I have to get this scuttle, otherwise things are just really doomed in the jungle matchup for me. It's double. Yeah, look at Leanne's CS compared to Karsa.
But also, he can't get this scuttle. Strife has priority mid, and Jace has priority top as well. So they actually just cannot take this jungle camp right now. And that's just like, ooh, this is just a rough start right now. We will see Rookie go back, immediately TP back into lane. Now has boots and a dark steel. So Karsa now realizes that he's a level behind. And again, going to be so many so many camps. He's just waiting for his own camps to respawn. As we can see, Strife going to be backing himself away. Strive will get himself back out of harm's way.
You can't do anything, right? You go for the gank mid because that's like the only thing you can do. You're just waiting for camps to respawn at this point. Cast is going to head over because his Raptors are now respawning, but he's just lost so much. And this is kind of what I mean, right? RA needed that early momentum, but this is them playing for their jungler, right? It's not the jungler playing for them. You saw bot lane early go for that invade bot side to secure the camps. The priority mid and top and Strive moving. They are doing everything they can to ensure Leanne gets the lead that you need to have as an early. But this has been a beautifully orchestrated early game so far.
Really well orchestrated, and look at the gold lead as well. It's about 600 or so already. Carson needs to go for something. Cube will end up getting the accelerated shock blast. Will probably have to use his flash here very, very soon. His flash going to be nicely belly bob. Very nicely done there by Rich, as they do get the knockback. Cube will survive. Honestly, literally one more level. If he's level 4, he's probably dead.
Yeah, if he's level 4, he literally is dead. The critical thing as well is Rich did as much as he could, but the reason they commit both of their flashes there is because they are desperate, right? Cast is kind of in this hole where the only way out is successful ganks. But the problem is, every time you fail a gank, it just tells the enemy team where you are, and look what they're doing. Zora and Leanne moving up. Those camps that respawn on the bot side. Leanne's taking them again. Look at the farm difference, right? Leanne has the highest CS in the game. And yeah, I mean, this is a really nice flash from Rich. He knows that Cube's going to try and flash the body slam. So he flashes very early into animation to try and make it so he's not able to flash away, which he's successful with. But yeah, just short on the damage there.
That is painful right there. Is now Rookie in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get stunned up. Flashes over the wall. Zora, where are you going, buddy? You can't just go in over there by yourself. You don't have the damage. Oh, first blood goes over to Rookie after no items. Picks himself up a kill. Leanne is still feeling it, though. Gets knocked up. Tries to see if he can get this one in. They're going to flash in. Try and see if they get the Zoe. Something. A double kill for Rookie as he's still going strong. Will drop down the gravity field, so there's nothing that Strive can do. Big turnaround there for V5, and Lord knows they needed it.
I just don't understand why Rare Adam are sort of playing into V5 hands. That is like I said, the only way V5 get back into the game in terms of Caster's role as a jungler is literally just by him. We have a replay in the bot side so we can see, and I believe Photic, yeah, has to flash away here. But the only way he gets in the game is by skirmishing, by fighting and come out successfully. Why Zora flashed over the wall with no cooldowns as a Leona? Why Leanne still try to go in despite the fact they were 2v3? I have no idea, really. I am perplexed. This has actually made a pretty big difference because now Rookie is very fed, right? And if he gets control of this matchup, he can start moving around as support and caster. This was, I don't know. It was a massive mistake because you look at this situation here, right? Rookie ends up having to burn his flash here. You can just take this and walk away. Rookie's chunk, no flash. What is Zora flashing for? What are you going to do when you're over that wall?
Yeah, I think Zora, unfortunately, didn't see that Leanne was stunned. He was expecting a spear to come out, and that would have been enough damage to try and chunk out Rookie. Like a max range spear would have brought him down to about 100, even less HP, and it would have just been an auto attack or two coming out from the Leona. So I do think there was a method in the madness, but sadly the madness can lead you down a dark path, so doesn't quite work out. That's 2 massive kills now for Rookie. Gets himself his Sorcerer's Shoes, and obviously still stacking up towards that Dark Seal. Now Cube, no flash available for him. Still no for flash for Rich, though, or Karsa, so no level 6 either as well. There's a 2-level difference in the junglers right now, and look, while you're wasting time on this top side, you're just going to get your jungle stolen again.
I think he knows that he can't contest his jungle. That's the sad thing. He actually knows I can't contest my jungle camps. I have to literally just go and force ganks. That's why I'm so frustrated at the play from Rare Adam, because that is the only way Caster gets back in the game is by fighting. But they're still ahead, right? Leanne's still really strong. He's still going to be able to dip away. They do actually manage to secure that camp, but again, it's not a camp that Caster's able to get.
No, it is not, but they actually land down straight on top of the Aphelios. He has to burn Cleanse. Super Mega Det Rocket not quite going to land, and that means they're going to be able to take a Rift Herald up on top side. They know that Leanne is here. Like you mentioned, Karsa saying, look, I just can't go up against this guy. I'm too far behind. I have to get what I can get.
Yeah, but the thing is, the trade-off is, yes, they're able to defend the Gromp, but because Leanne's so deep on that side, they get forced away from the tower. iBoy was able to pick a plate, possibly going to be able to get a second one here as well. Denied farm away from Photic, so it all has a knock-on effect in this game. This is kind of like the ebb and flow. The laners play for the jungler, and then when the jungler's strong, he kind of causes issues for the enemy laners, and it kind of goes in reverse. But we do see Karsa still trying to be proactive. is looking mid with the Herald, but that Sleepy Trouble Ball might be enough just to force him off.
Yeah, they're going to throw out the Q as well. Rookie in a lot of trouble here. They're going to actually use Karsa's ult as well. So straight away, you can see the power coming out from this Nidalee, who has almost triple his farm in the jungle.
Yep.
It is a huge difference right now. That is just disgusting right now. And you have to try and take anything you can. These Iron Spike Whip, Photic has no flash and has no cleanse, but will not walk too far forward and has got the red and white guns, so iBoy doesn't feel too confident going for that fight.
I mean, honestly, Leon, other than that little incursion that backfired, is just been textbook how to establish pressure. And it has been down to all of RA, right? They've played for the jungler. They drafted these lanes that would give them favorable prio that they could sort of lean in. The thing that I am a bit concerned about is Rookie, right? We saw his game on the Victor in game 2. That was something, right? And he's 2-0 on this Victor, farming pretty comfortably. 4 stacks in the Dark Steel already as well. Didn't get held back from the fact he started with no items. So there is definitely something V5 has in the pocket for the late game.
Yeah, and already we can see Rookie pushing back up. Has got himself about a 1,300 gold lead as he throws out a Q. Not going to land the Javelin toss just yet, and we'll be able to clear out this ward. So you can see now Lien has to use his advantage to wane a little bit now towards this mid lane, recognizing the fact that this Rookie will just keep pushing forward, will just keep getting plates and damage, and eventually will start to be a menace in those side lanes. So they need to start putting some more pressure onto him. It is still pretty good from the side of RA. Like you said, they did have a little bit of a faux pas, and Karsa will take his first gromp of game 3. Well done to him. Fantastic work on that side, and they were able to finally get that result.
That's an achievement in and of itself. Fair play, Karsa. You got one. I mean, I'm just looking at the CS numbers. It's kind of disturbing at this point, but this is why you pick Nidalee, right? This is literally why you take the champion. If you're not doing this, kind of not hitting the mark. But right now, Karsa definitely feeling the pain. Still has the Herald in pocket, and I think the plan might be to throw it down mid, so we'll see if RA can stop that. You got to expect it, right? Your mid tower is significantly lower. You know they're going to want to throw it down there.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of time left on it, so still about a third left on that timer. So see if they want to go for anything just yet. It's going to just be Karsa dropping it down. Pretty safe standard positioning for it. Leona is off to the side, trying to see if they can make something work. Not going to land the solo flare. Nice sidestep there by Photic, and that's going to be first tower going over to the side of V5. So despite the jungle difference, it is still about a 1,200 gold lead, maybe even a 1,500 gold lead in favor of V5. It will be pseudo answered here on the bot side. iBoy shouldn't be able to get the turret all outright. But now he's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to try and use his traps. Very nicely done. Keeps himself in a decent standing here and should be able to get himself walked out.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the team's there to cover him. I like the play from V5 to try and punish him, but RA do respond. But now, with RA losing their mid-tier 1, it kind of means that Rookie, he's feeling confident, can kind of just push up and then roam. And yeah, that Secret Trouble not really going to work.
Oh, as I say
that
that's going to work. That damage was disgusting. The paddle star. And there's the super mega death rocket. Is it going to land?
Whoa.
It is! Hole in one from downtown. You get yourself the kill. That is how RA get themselves into an ascendancy in this game.
That's the thing, right? With good mechanics, you can dodge skill shots, but when they fire 5 or 6 at you, there's only so many you can dodge. Rookie kind of felt the brunt of that one. Looking for Photic here, but he has cleanse flash. He's out of range anyway. He should be safe. But you kind of see in the power of RA, right? These are sort of immobile carries. If they fire these skill shots from a long distance, some of them are going to hit. They're going to poke you out. Might be enough to take a kill. But it's good that RA are sort of utilizing that, capitalizing. They are still behind in gold. They still have that massive lead in the jungle from Lien.
A massive lead, and they are going to start answering for some of these plates they had just lost in the mid lane. So 2 plates going over to Strive. 2 or 3 plates going in that bot side as well. So big movements, big moments here, as we can see now. They just get the damage. Let's have a look at this, because it looks like the play is over. Like, just a spear into the paddle. It's just disgusting.
And now, but the critical thing is he waits till he's out of vision, right? He knows, he goes around the corner, makes sure they can't see the rocket coming. It gets spotted then. That's the only point they see it. And Rookie just isn't in a position to dodge.
We're going to see it a couple more times, as we can see it glitching through the rift a little bit.
Can we get a slow-mo? Yeah, can we get a triple replay?
Oh, I never noticed there's a big happy face when the explosion goes off. Never noticed that.
Yeah, it's all fun and games, except for Rookie, who died, so a bit unlucky.
Yeah. All fun and games until someone gets hurt. And, you know, it's just... It's all fun and games until you're not having fun anymore. That's how I say it. But now with Dragon spawned, RA will want to try and secure that one there. They should have themselves a but there is still a Gore Drinker now here for the Xin Zhao. So despite being down 1,000 gold, he's still okay in these team fights. He's still okay to go forward. He's only about a level behind. So this is actually a pretty perfect situation for V5 if they would have wanted to fight this anyway. So Paddlestar goes over, nicely done. We are going to see the Sleeping Trouble Bubble come out. Ooh, flash from PP God keeps him alive. Super Mega Death Rocket does not land anywhere else. They can now see Photic in a little bit of trouble. Flash away there by Rich as he tries to get away from the Solar Flare. And they're going to try and jump on the Photic, who flashes away as well. He has no cleanse available to him. They're going straight in. Karsa, who was denied for all of this game, now finally has the Crescent Guard going in his favor. He will give up his life in favor of the team fight as Karsa and Photic both die. There's the Super Sleepy Trouble Bubble landing. Don't think it's going to lead to any more poke or any more damage, but Rookie needs to be a little bit careful. Cube is there, but they don't have any real way to lock him down. They're going to back themselves up. So Dragon goes over to V5, but they do trade over 2 kills.
Yes, I think RA happy with the kills they got, but at the same time, V5 got the Dragon, so I'm not sure they're too upset about that one. But you can kind of see, right, when the engage happens, V5 start to find momentum. The Xin Zhao, despite being behind so much damage, but the critical thing there is when the poke starts landing on the squishy carries, it becomes such a problem for V5. They kind of were like waiting for the moment to go in, and we'll get to see that on the replay. So it's just a lot of skill shots being thrown down, and the thing is, when everyone's clumped up by this Dragon, it's so hard to dodge them. And in situations like this, right, you see Rich move in to block this. Actually ends up being a flash to get away from the Super Mega Death Rocket. But then it's like this follow-up. Look at this AoE damage that comes down. I think it's really Strive who gets a massive amount with the Paddle Star here. That's just so threatening. But then the engage comes in, and this is when V5 are like, okay, even though we've lost a member, look how much damage Carson just ended up soaking because he had that ultimate available.
Yeah, the big Crescent Guard alongside the Gore Drinker is just too big for RA to deal with in that early stage. And now the game is pretty much even. Stevens Dragon a piece. There will be a Rift Hell taken here now by RA that will equal out the one they lost earlier. Now the game starts to get a little bit fun, a little bit more interesting, because yes, it is still a massive difference in the jungle, but that jungle difference doesn't make any, it doesn't count anymore. It doesn't mean anything as much anymore, because you still have one item apiece. You still have upgraded boots. There's no real difference as we now get to see.
Well, there is a 2-level lead still.
There is a 2-level lead. There's going to be the glacial. Oh my god, they're going to have so much damage, and Rookie, nice roam into that bot side. Rich going with the Everfrost, able to pick up that kill, and that's going to be a tier 2. So you can see now RA fighting forward, looking to see if they can make something work for themselves. There's going to be the Moonlight Vigil on top of the quickness, but the flash available. There is the Solar Flare, and it is going to be a trade-off. Now the TPs can come in. That's going to be Gragas joining on top of this. Zora trying to see if he can time it out, but he does not get the Xenoblade out. And now does Rich feel confident? Not quite as much, and he's going to back himself away, but still net win for V5.
Yeah, I mean, they trade in kills, but they get a tier 2 tower, the extra gold. A good decision to roam down. You kind of know where RA was setting up, right? They make the move there initially. They start putting vision there. You see people on your own vision, and you know, okay, they're going to throw the Herald on top. Let's go for a play on the other side. And it was a very intelligent move there to capitalize. Rookie now 4-1, and also got that extra input of gold from taking that tier 2. This victory is once again really strong. But I'd say in this game, the long range is a bit of a problem, right? That long range poke, it needs to be on V5 to find the quick engages to make it happen. But we'll get this replay. iBoy playing with fire here, but manages to not get burnt, flashes away from the quickness, and a great ult from Zora allows him to turn around. But then it's one of those things where TP's come in, you know you're not really going to fight this one. Zora has no way of getting out. You can't just give up a kill in return.
Yeah, not having the best time. This time around, though, iBoy 3 kills. Very different game from game 2, where he just wasn't able to do anything. Karsa is going to find a lot of people in his bot side jungle, so he's going to back away. Said that 2-level difference now between both the junglers is pretty significant. The items are still okay, but you're not feeling too great, as we can see PP God just keeping himself in the fog of war, making sure that he can be a support to his mid laner. While that's been happening, though, you have a Jace and a Jinx, and honestly, with a Zoe here, and there's only Photic to defend, this is tier 2, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you need your team to be grouped to engage as V5. If you don't, they're just going to group up, poke you down. They're now looking, though. TP flank. We see PP God coming in, but they might have been able to get out of this. Might be able to back away quick enough.
Yeah, minute till Dragon spawns, they are going to have plenty of vision over where Rookie is. So they know pretty damn well where he's going to be coming from. Leanne is off to the side to get a lot of good poke there onto Karsa. So that's your tanky member no longer there. There's the explosive cast coming down into the belly bop.
Beautiful
Nicely done. Rich, fantastically played as he gets caught out. Leanne gets caught out and Rich able to capitalize.
Yeah, and has opted in this game, not for the tank build, but gone for the Everfrost build. A lot more kill pressure, a lot more pick potential. If you do manage to land a slow, you follow up with the Everfrost. It easily sets up your cask in the body slam. Really nicely played there from Rich. Almost see, just, you know, Leanne sees him, dashes over, doesn't expect too much threat, but the slow comes in. Everfrost means you cannot miss the cask. And then even just has the body slam at the end. Great setup, and that will just secure them that dragon, you would think. Gonna score in 5 seconds. Leon's only up in 2, so I feel like if they beeline straight for it, there's no chance that RA contest.
And there's no way that RA to contest, but RA still have the Jinx, still have the super mega debt rocket. And they are going to be able to secure that one there. So it's going to be the dragon. It's only a Cloud Soul, so Rookie not quite able to take the blue buff. Blue buff saying no, this is my house. And they're struggling right now. And Karsa's the only one taking this. This is giving time to RA to get into position. There we go. Xenoblade in. Do they look to try and get this engaged straight away? They are going to go for a flash in. Stolen. Leanne gets himself the dragon. Now Karsa has to use the Crescent Guard, but Rookie had eyes for the AD carry. The 3-0 is now a 3-1, and they're going to be able to turn this one all the way around. 3 kills from Rookie. The man is putting this team on his back.
Oh, Rich.
Oh, Rich puts himself in a beautiful position, even gets the explosive cast. Wasn't expecting Stripe to be there, though. But the problem is with this AP build is you are very squishy, has to flash away. They will be able to turn now and burn for this Baron. This is still a bit of a risk, though. You do not take this uber quickly, and you have yourself the poke, but I don't think RA are going to contest.
I think you're fine. The big thing is that he chunked out Leanne. Strive ended up being his flash and his no mana. You know, Rich's role there wasn't to kill someone, it was to make it so they couldn't contest. And now they can't. They're going to get the Baron. And V5, you know, despite the fact that Dragon got stolen, the fight went perfectly for them. Once again, Rookie is absolutely massive on this victor. We're going to get the replay here. So, you know, it's actually funny that the blue being reset probably bought enough time for Leanne to get in. But the problem is, they commit heavily into the fight. Rookie just one-shots iBoy, who doesn't have a way to escape. And the thing is, we talked about the win con for RA was to poke. They are not in a position to poke here. They're stuck into the fight. They get demolished. And then as a result, it's only 2 members left who can't really do anything. RA need to have set up before the objective. And honestly, I think because Leanne died, they should have just given up the dragon. If they gave up the dragon, they wouldn't be down a Baron right now.
Honestly, looking at the replay, I completely forgot that Cube was a member of that fight. He TP'd in and then almost instantly died. Literally, like, who, where, when was that? Because I didn't even notice him go in. That's why I was so surprised when I saw Rookie had the triple kill. I was like, who else did he kill? And I realized that it was Cube. So again, this Jace is great when it's able to get ahead. And like you said, these poke comps are fantastic when they're able to get ahead. You now have 3 items and a 10-stack Dark Seal here for Rookie. The man is just 7 and what he is just pushing and prodding and saying, I don't care if my jungler's down 3 levels. I don't care if I have, you know, this AD carry has 3 kills. I will win this game. And this Victor is slowly becoming one of those LeBlanc picks where it's like, do we need to ban this against Rookie all the time? The man just seems too comfortable.
Yeah, and I love the itemization in this game, right? The Banshees, which can block away those critical skill shots, things like the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, the Engage, and the Leona. But also, the Cosmic Drive, movement speed is so valuable when there's so many high-threat skill shots to the enemy team. Obviously, if you can proc it, you get that extra burst until you leave combat. But even if you're just out of combat, it does grant you some movement speed. So, Rookie able to dodge away, dip, dive, dodge, fucking dodge,
yeah,
and not get hit by any skill shots. Nearly got, you know, it's been a while, but more than anything, it's just not getting hit by these skill shots, posing that threat. And now that, you know, RA are behind, they're really in a rough spot. They're landing poke, but it mostly just gets sustained up. There's no pressure on V5.
No pressure whatsoever. And again, we talked about it. If RA could keep V5 at arm's distance, keep them away from them at all times, put out those poke, RA are going to be sitting pretty, but V5 have constantly and consistently, especially with Rich on this engaged top laner, have been able to find ways of getting on top of people, putting them into awkward situations where they can't put in the primary poke. And this is what we're talking about. He's going to have to use his stopwatch. That's the broken stopwatch now for Strive. And mid lane tier 2 goes down. Again, V5 feel like they're totally in control.
Yeah, and RA, they're just not getting enough poke to be significant, right? They chunked Rich out a bit. He sustains up. They chunk out Photic. Photic just sustains up. It's like V5 can just cycle members and let the other ones heal off the jungle camps. You kind of need to be poking around an objective. But the problem is, I feel like V5 are confident now. They're going to go to this dragon that spawns in a minute. They'll set up vision control, and then they'll look for opportunities for Rich and PP God to flank. And the second one of those is realized, it's just over for RA. If a Gragas or a Rakan end up behind you, you just lose.
You do just lose. That is just the nature of the game. And
I
now,
ain't sugarcoating it.
yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta be harsh but fair sometimes. Photic will take a bit of a poke and another bit of a poke. So this is where you want to see the likes of RA taking that kind of damage. And with, I will say though, with the Severum, they're still fine to keep sustaining.
Yeah, I know he has a Severum to sustain, but you still have to try and dodge these, right?
Yeah. No, don't be silly. Don't need to do that. As we can see more poke. This is the AP build with the Gragas, don't forget. So he will be just as squishy as something like Aphelios. We'll have a little bit more natural sustain with his passive, as we do see the Banshee starting to be popped off. Leanne does lose his as well. Good poke here from Cube as they try and just stave off this push into the mid lane. 10 seconds till Dragon spawns. If RA get it, it will put them onto Soul Point. There we go. Rookie not quite able to lose his Banshees there, but this is being pushed in. V5, though, don't feel like they want to go for that particular inhibitor. They want to go try and get this fight. And speaking of fights, PP God is dead and gone. Look at Rookie. He's the big man. They will get the Blast Cone, though, over the wall. Cube keeping himself alive just about. Never mind. Rich adds to all of his many, many golds. And they are going to try and keep themselves out of this fight. They're trying to keep them now away from their bases. They know V5 know they can keep the kills going if they can just stop them from recalling.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful because running into skill shots for chasing them down is risky, but I think at this point they've got them cornered. They'll do their best to get away. Photic's taking his time. He knows Costa Rookie on the flank. There should be 3 more members dead of RA.
Yeah, they should. There's going to be the real flash there as Zora going to try and maybe distract him, say, look at me, I'm over here. And yep, he's just going to accept his fate, delay them as long as he possibly can. He will keep his mid laner alive, but at the end of it all, you get the dragon, but the fight is still going over in favor of V5, and that started perfectly. That was a 4v5, you got to remember, for RA.
Yeah, the critical thing is RA set up really well there, right? I said we want to see V5 get to the objective early.
Oh, my boy. Okay, he's fine.
I think he's out. Yeah, he's got the...
No, he's not.
No.
PP God.
He's
the revenge of PP God as he gets the knock-up. They're going to try and get him over the Blast Cone. He will end up using it. There is a flash for Rookie if he wants it. Not going to use it just yet, saying, you survive another day, boy, but I will get your heal out of you as Rich finally pops in. Boy, what are you doing?
What are you
Get
doing?
out! Get out, my friend! The Grump is not worth it! My God! Sorry, that was really triggering.
He's playing with fire, man. But yeah, I mean, the critical thing with the last fight was RA got there first. They got the setup, they could lay the poke down. It looked pretty good. That's how the comp's supposed to work. The problem is, because Leanne and Zora died, it is now V5 has control the Baron area. You no longer have that luxury, and I'm certain V5 are going to fish for an engage as soon as they can find one.
This is about it. It's about the engage. If V5 are just able to find those engages so much easier. It's so much... we talked about it from game 2. The ease of execution. V5 now have total control over this top side of the jungle. They are going to TP Rookie in. They will know, however, on the side of RA that this Dragon, or Baron, I should say, is going down. Now, Rich trying to play distraction. Trying to play keep away. Look at PP God as the TP going to be coming in as well. That's going to be Cube joining the fight. It's a 4v4 as of the moment. 4v5. Now it's a full 5v5 as Zora gets himself over the wall. They're going to see PP God go in, try and stop Cube from getting away. He will go to the skies and back to the fountain because he is dead. Rookie with his 9th kill of the game, and he's still chasing, he's still hunting, he's still hungry for boy. That's a double kill for Rookie as they go straight back for the Baron.
And it feels like Leanne's trying to stay alive, trying to stay in range to potentially steal this one. Rich is going forward. He might just die.
He's got Sonya's, or at least a broken stopwatch available to him. The Everfrost picked up, though, is going to stop him from going off, and that's going to mean another kill. Leanne, we're going to see PP God going over the wall to try and get something going for him. There was a Zonya's available for the Zoe, but not able to use it. Now it's just Leanne against the world, not able to take it down. That's going to be a double kill for Photic, so more kills across the board. Ends up actually being only a 4-for-1, but it's still only Zora left alive to defend this. I don't think this is what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just V5 being really diligent in cleaning up all these kills, not giving Leanne any chance to try and steal away the Baron. It's really precarious, right? Setting up on this Baron against so much poke, but they know that the call is to turn away as soon as possible. They find the opportunity to do so, and at first it doesn't look like they're gonna get that many kills, but the chase down comes in, and we see Rich misses a couple of skill shots here, doesn't really find Leanne there. But PP got us on the flank, and I don't think he gets as much value as maybe they would have hoped for, because the fight starts off quite far away from him. But you do see him just able to secure the kill on the Jace, right? Cube gets knocked up. Yes, he does find some ground, but they are able to take him down. And then we see Rookie just, you know, he's got the movement speed from Cosmic Drive. He just runs iBoy down.
Not really a lot you can do. Rookie again and again. I want to see his damage done because he has just been so pivotal to this V5 side so far in both their victories as well. The man feels like he's on a mission after leaving IG finally on his first or his second roster of the LPL. We got to go back to live right now because Leyen's in a lot of trouble. Will lose his Banshees and his Flash, so he is already going to be at a disadvantage when trying to jump in on all these different people. Cube, however, will pick up a tier 2, a little bit of extra gold. I don't know if that's going to do much for you. You do have objective bounties. They will land the Solar Flare, but can anyone go back on top of this? I don't think you can. Gale Force and Cleanse has been expended. And now your V5, you go towards the spot site. You've cracked open the base.
And look at the confidence of Rookie, by the way. 22 stacks in his Medjai's. He is doing a ton of damage, and he's just walking upright. They know that Q's pushing the top lane. They don't care. They're just going to end.
They can end the game. You need to have some kind of damage. You need to have some kind of poke coming out right now because these turrets are falling. Nexus turret number 1, dead. Gone. Nothing you can do about it now. Zora trying to say he can keep everyone away. Leyen is still hovering around. Nexus turret number 2 down now, so the Nexus is now exposed. It's a 5v5 as they look to try and maybe end this game. Look to try and take themselves to another victory. The Jinx is dead. That's pretty much going to be it, and that's going to be V5 with a 2-1 scoreline, taking this series and giving themselves back up to a 2-0. They will pad the stats, but in the end, the inevitable cannot be stopped. Destiny comes for those who wait, and V5 now 2-0 in series from 2-1 series.
And honestly, RA made this a close one, but it really came down to that Rookie difference, man. He was absolutely on fire. Game 2 and 3 on the Victor. Smithing. That is all you can say on it. He looked so good on the pick. Dominant, and kind of the caliber we expect from him, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the Rookie show for V5. I feel like Karsa had a pretty decent game 2. Game 3, he wasn't allowed to play the first 15 minutes of the game, so can't really give him too much stick for that. As V5 again, they're now 2-0. They are now looking at in terms of series at least, they are up with the big boys. They're up with the EDG. They're up with the OMGs of the world. They are towards the top end of our standings.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, we can talk a bit about the addition of Rich. I think he looked pretty fine, right? I don't think there were definitely moments which weren't ideal, but I think for the most part, he had a role, he committed to that role, he was serving his purpose in team fights, and I think that's the main thing. They never really heavily invested resources into him, but allowed them to play more around Rookie, play more around the bot lane, and as a result, it was just Rich often playing a more defensive role in lane, but he served that, and then when it came to team fights, I think he really delivered, right? You know, on the Gragas, finding those engage opportunities, on the Graves, laying down damage, so I think this V5 looks pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I think they're kind of slowly getting themselves back into as in the immortal words of Munchables and Lyric, a mojo. Something that can give them that clutch factor, and having Rookie on your team to drag you out of such a terrible early game is exactly what you expect from someone that we expect to see in playoffs.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Strive did fine. I don't think it was really like a Strive versus Rookies and like Strive was underperforming and getting stomped by him. But it just kind of showed the difference in caliber, right? This was just Rookie, once again, just
another
dwarfing
level.
Everyone. Yeah, another level. I mean, the damage is insane. Completely took over that game. And it just felt like there just wasn't the threat. And it's the fact that you have, you know, typically Victor can struggle into longer range compositions. I know that they had the engage to mitigate that, but also just the amount of skill shots that are being fired at you, and Rookie just felt unfazed. He constantly was like positioning himself in as aggressively as possible to lay down damage without really risking his life.
Yeah, he was just in a perfect position and always had the perfect timing with the stopwatches and of course the Zhonya's as well. So again, Rookie doing Rookie things. Rookie has been the shining light of IG for the last few seasons. He's still the shining light of terms of LPL standards. If you want to try and be considered a great mid in the LPL, you got to pass the Rookie litmus test. You got to be able to make him sweat. And for Strive, he'll come back out of after this matchup and realize that, yes, he didn't do badly, but he needs a lot more in the tank if he's going to do well into some of these guys.
Yeah, and I have to credit, I like the game plan in that game 3 from RA. I think they just fumbled it, right? I think that's the sad thing, is that they did so well to completely shut Caster out, completely control the early game. we saw such a massive lead from the end, and then they were just like, let's fight randomly, and it kind of backfired. The thing is, I like any comp like that is volatile, but you know, I still think we saw positives from RA. Despite them losing this series, there still is a roster who are looking decent, right? They're not exactly top of the table material, but they are more than deserving of a spot around the middle. And I think against some of the weaker opponents, they'll have a pretty easy time.
Yeah, again, like you look at some of the matches they've already played. They played Top Esports, which they won 2-0. They've played the likes of LNG, which they lost. And, you know, I think it was a 2-1 on that one as well. So, you know, you're coming out, again, it's unfortunate. These aren't bad results in essence, but they are unfortunate that you're still coming out with effectively nothing, even though you did play pretty damn well. So we'll see what they're able to do. But we are going to send it over to Wendy, who's standing by with Rookie for an interview.
Hello everyone, welcome to interview, and now we have invited Rookie from Victory5 together with us. So congratulations on today's win. It's another win with this new roster. So tell us more about your comment on the synergy with new teammates. 那首先恭喜 Rookie 再次获得了比赛的胜利，那也是和全新的队友们也是再次拿到胜利嘛，所以说我们也比较好奇，可能 Rookie 选手觉得现在和一个全新的阵容、全新的队友配合和默契的程度到一个怎么样的地步呢？
因为毕竟是我们刚重组了没多久嘛，可能是在配合上面还是有一点不足的地方嘛。但是可能我们大家都相信每个人实力都很不错，所以我们这个配合上面的问题的话，可能只是个时间的问题，就看我们这个训练的强度和我们的之间的沟通顺不顺利嘛。这其实也不是什么大问题嘛。然后我觉得我们队潜力蛮大的。
So because for our new roster, we has rebuilt it. So and we don't have much time to play together. So we still have some problems in terms of our synergy and also the in-game communication. But I still have much confidence on our synergy, and also I have much confidence on our team's potential, because I think like everyone, every single of us, we really have a very good mechanics. We can really play super good. We are all very strong players. And so if in the following practices, this really depends on the strength of our practice. If we can just make some improvements on the team's communication or our synergies, the coordination with all the teammates, I hope that in the future we can perform even better. And also I really trust the potential of this new roster, this new team. Yeah, definitely you guys have shown a super good performance today. And I would like to talk a bit more on game 2, because in game 2 we feels like started from the very beginning. You guys really have so many ball lane skirmishers, and it's actually helped you guys to get some early leads. So tell us more about the early game strategy in game 2. 那下一个问题也想问一下关于第二局，感觉第二局你们从开局就来势汹汹，一直针对下路爆发了非常多小规模的团战，所以说能问一下你们整体对于第二局前期的一个节奏掌控是怎么样的呢？
其实，那一局的话，可能是我们下路的组合比较强势，所以就是尽量在下路为主打，然后我自己的英雄的话，可能需要一点时间去发育嘛。但是我们下路的话，可能需要就是节奏上面的帮助，然后我们就是那局开始之前多沟通好，是吧？是要放哪条路，就是帮下路就是稳定发育的情况下，我们到中后期的团战能力是比他们强很多。所以我们就才选择去这么打。
So from the condition in game 2, because in game 2 our bot lane have chosen a very strong composition, so a very strong bot lane draft. So because of this, we would like to help a bit more on the bot lane to open the whole situations. And for me, because in game 2 for my champion choice, I really need a bit time to scale up to do some farmings. So because of this, before we have actually entered game 2, we have already decided we would like to target more on the bot lane to have more bot lane skirmishes, because our bot lane do definitely they need a bit help to open the whole situation, grab some early lead, because we feels like if we can get more leads from the bot lane in the early game, we can easily to snowball this to the mid and late game, because with our draft we feels like we can easily win the game with our compositions in the mid to late game team fights. And my next question would like to touch on game 3, because game 3 raw item they actually have chosen a very poke draft. So in facing their poke draft, I'm very curious about the communications from your side, because for the poking draft they can be quite aggressively in the early to mid game. 那其实说到第3局，RA 他们是选择了一个整体比较 poke 的一个阵容体系嘛，那 poke 可能就意味着他们前中期也会打得比较的凶猛，所以说你们面对他们是采取了怎么样的一些策略或者如何去应对的呢？
其实他们最后一把的出个阵容，包括有豹子的一些前期的节奏还是蛮顺利的，但是他们就是打前期的节奏当中，好像其实也不用跟我们打的团这太多了吧，就是然后导致我拿到2个人头，还能就帮我们打野拖点时间让他发育下去。其实就只能说他们失误有点大嘛，但是我们也其实在比赛那个过程当中，也可以去给大家鼓励，没事，我们这把后期绝对能赢，就这种感觉。然后就中后期的话，可能中后期的话就我们阵容比较猛，然后就赢下来了，差不多这种感觉。
So in game 3, actually, I really feel the opponent's team gets some early leads, or with their need lead, they can have a very smooth early game tempo. But I feels like they tended to make too many team fights with us. So and we just grabbed that opportunity to let me to get 2 kills in my pocket. So I really feel like the opponents with their poking drop, they made a bit too many mistakes in the early mid to late game. So because of this, we were able to get some leads, and I really feel like through the in the actual game, we try to encourage each other. We try to tell to each other like, we can do this. If we just try to drag the game to the late game, we can easily win the opponents, because we really feel with our draft, we can be stronger than the opponent's team in the actual late game team fights. So with this mindset and with our game strategy, we were able to get the win for game 3. And my last question is, definitely there's so many fans all around the world supporting you and also supporting Victory 5. So any words to all of them? 那最后一个问题也是问到的是，其实全球有非常非常多一直都支持着 Rookie 选手、支持着 V5的很多的粉丝朋友们，那最后有没有什么话想对他们说呢？
首先特别感谢一直以来就是一直支持我的所有的粉丝们，不管是在中国内，不管是在海外，还是蛮感谢。然后这个赛季的话，大家都知道是新的挑战的环境嘛，所以可能这个环境来说也还是有点紧张嘛，对我个人来说，但是我还有很信心去继续努力下去，然后拿一些好成绩嘛。然后我们队友的话，我觉得大家都是，互相之间的沟通啊，然后性格方面都是就特别合得来，所以我们这个赛季，我不知道我们队友是怎么想的，但至少我个人觉得还是蛮有信心的，所以希望粉丝们一直支持我跟魏武吧。
So first of all, I really appreciate all the support from no matter Chinese fans and also the fans from all around the world. I really appreciate for all the support and love from the fans. Thank you so much. And I would like to say, in this new environment, I really feel it's a new challenge for me, because it's a new challenge. So, but I still got enough confidence. I still believe that we still got the potential. I still got the confidence that we can have a very good result, and also together with all the teammates, because I really feel all the teammates, they have a very good personality, and also we can have a very good synergy. I feels like, to be honest, I'm not sure what they're thinking about, but to me, I really feel like with this new team, we still have the potential to have a very good result, and definitely we are going to try our best in every single matchup to try to get a very good result to all of the fans. So thank you for the sharing and congratulations again. 那再次的恭喜你们，接下来比赛加油！
谢谢，谢谢。
And back to you guys. Bye bye.